Hi everybody! Ashley from Lovely Commotion here. Good to see ya. I wanted to hop on today just to talk about a lesson plan comparison. I get a lot of questions about the difference between the preschool lesson plans and the 2 and 3-year-old lesson plans. So I thought it would be easiest just to jump into a theme where they both have the same lesson or both have the same theme in them and kind of see the difference. So we're going to look at the All About Me lesson plans for the preschool set and for the 2 and 3-year-old set. So let's start by the differences. So the preschool lesson plan is different because it has 2 weeks of content in it. And so that's this one right here with the little boy. And that one has 2 weeks of content in it, goes a little bit deeper for our preschoolers. And the 2-3 lesson plans, the one with the green background, has only 1 week long. And they actually, as a whole, those 2-3 lesson plans have a lot more actual lesson plan choices because they are only a week long. So there's like an All About Me and a Healthy Me, and so you could combine those together for 2 weeks. Okay, another big difference is the lessons themselves. I get this question a lot. Are they different activities? Yes, they are. They're different on what they focus on as well. So if you've not seen it, I have pacing guides for preschool and for 2-3. And while they will be probably getting updated at some point, they are a good starting point to see the different skills in the different ones. So just as an example, the 2-3 All About Me lesson plan set, I keep pointing in the wrong direction. It has modeled writing, oral language, graphing, self-awareness, and class community built into that week. Those are the skills that we are focusing on. The All About Me is 2 weeks, so it's going to have more skills. It has recognizing letters in the name, letter sounds, word comparison, like with phonological awareness, narrative skills, counting forwards and backwards, sound patterns, non-standard measurement, and comparison of sets. So obviously it's going to have more, and it's going to have different, deeper skills. Some of them are going to be the same with 2-3 in preschool, but some of them aren't, right? It's also worth noting that you can, and I've just said this, but you can grab the pacing guides up in the description too. So grab those if you want a really good comparison of the two skills. But yes, they are different. I get that question a lot. Are you just selling the same thing? No. They are definitely different. Now let's talk about what's the same. The 2-3 lessons and the All About Me have some of the same things. They both have a list of books that you could use for the theme, like a list of read aloud ideas, and that's the same in both lessons. They also have theme-related songs. There's generally about 5 of them in each lesson, and those are the same songs in each plan as well. So you are getting the same songs in each plan. And then they both have printables, but these are going to be different because there's different activities. So whatever you need a printable for an activity, it's going to be with that lesson. And obviously, since the activities are different, you're going to have different printables. So they both have them, but they're not the same. And then center ideas. They both have center ideas, but the preschool lesson plan set has about 10 different center ideas, being art, blocks, drama, Play-Doh, math, library, alphabet, writing, science, and sensory. And the 2-3 include 9 theme center ideas in a different format where it is fine motor, science, sensory, art, writing, blocks, literacy, drama, and math. So those are the main comparisons there. So I wanted to take a moment to dive in and actually look at the lesson plans so that you guys can get an idea of, yes, they really are different and what that looks like, because sometimes it's hard when you're teaching 3-4s. Which one do I choose, right? I'm kind of like stuck right in the middle. I don't have 2s. I don't have just 3s. I don't have just 4s and 5s. And so I'm hoping this will answer that question for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me just a minute here. Oh, come on now. There we go. let me turn this guy off so you can see better. All right, let's first look at the 2-3 All About Me lesson plan, excuse me. Okay, so as we're scrolling through here, here's the cover, terms of use. This kind of gives us a great idea of parts of this lesson plan. So there's the song listed on day 1, and these are the 5 days. There's a song, there's a place for you to add the read aloud that you want to add. I didn't want to add that for you based on, what books you may or may not have. And then the whole group lesson, and that is done at the carpet as a group, 15 minutes at most. And the small group, while they are at centers, taking 4 to 5 kids to the table and working on this small group activity together. So that's basically what is planned inside of there for you. There's center ideas for 9 different centers, and read alouds and songs. And here comes the actual activity. So that's me, whole group activity, and that's listed up here. I don't want to make you dizzy. So that's me, and then you find it down here. Let me open this up so I'm not constantly scrolling and making you dizzy. So it tells you what to do using the set of sorting signs found below. Ask students to get in groups based on what the sign says. So like there's a boy and girl, what color hair do you have? We're really just looking at themselves. It is me. And then there's a small group activity with a principal here. And then here's another emotion puppets. And then how do you feel today? A picture in there of how you could use that. And all those different pieces. Everyone a special collage. So making a collage, label the teacher, build a silly face. This was such a fun activity. Show and share time. All that information in there. I can draw me. That's great for their portfolio. And then the bottom ends with all of the different centers and ideas specific to the theme for those. So you can add these in as theme-based ones. So that's kind of an overview of the All About Me 2-3, and it kind of gives you an idea of what maybe the other lessons will look like too. This one was just recently updated, so it has some new awesome clip art. And it is the preschool set. So generally, like, this would be for your 4-5s. But again, it will depend on what students you have and what you think you need. So this 10-day layout is just like a rundown of the 2 weeks. Let's see if I can get bigger on this. Here you go. And then it has day-by-day lessons. It has a center layout of ideas there. And then it also has read aloud list and songs and printables needed. So let's squeeze out of this. So here is like the rundown. So I always like to keep this like in the front of my binder for this theme, so I can kind of see quickly which ones I want to pull. I don't work every day, so I'm not going to use 10 necessarily, and so I can pick and choose what I want to use. And then down here at the bottom, there's just quick center ideas. This is basically just a reference. This is not necessarily like it all goes in deeper detail. So this is just a reference. And so here are the actual center ideas, and here's what they are doing and materials you can add into your existing center. You can see some of those ideas were from a 2-3, but not all of them. Okay, and then it goes into each day. So it tells you the materials you need, group time, what you can do then, and small group, what you can do then as well. And so it shows you all of these different plans all through 10 days. And then it goes into, and I don't know why it gets so big, but it prints okay. So read aloud list. Come on, keep going. These are the songs. Keep scrolling. A place for a self-portrait. A happy grid game. Again, I have tried to figure out why it is doing this on the PDF, but it prints just fine, so I'm happy with that. That's in one of the lesson plans. This is a share day note to send home with parents. Woo! Things I like. They're doing a collage. Emotions bingo, that's a small group. Sequencing my day, that's a whole group activity. Name formation, that's a small group activity, and those are so great for keeping for their portfolio or documenting that. And then each of the lessons has the guide to preschool centers at the bottom, which is free in my store if you have not grabbed it. And so it just gives ideas for core materials because all these centers are referenced to in this lesson. So that kind of shows you a little bit of the difference. So let's go back up real fast to these pages. So you can see a how tall are you, body part label, me out of shapes, kid sound pattern, counting game, my favorite thing, things I like, collage, oops, sorry about that, emotion. So you can see that they are not the same activities, they are different activities. Sequencing, your first letter, how many letters in your name search, writing mini lesson. And so there's more in this All About Me than there would be in the All About Me for 2-3s because they are weekly lesson plans. And I mainly made them like that because it was an easier format for those younger set. They're not diving as deep into it. So I'm hoping that is helpful to you so that you can kind of get an idea of the answer to that question, right? Like, what's the difference and which one do I need to choose? And really, I think your best bet is to head to the pacing guide and see, like, what things do I need to cover? And does this lesson cover it? Which set covers it the best? So all that's linked up there. I've got the pacing guide linked in the post description, both pacing guides. I've got I've got links to the categories of 2-3 lessons and preschool lessons, so you can look at both of those. That's a question I get often, and so I just wanted to go ahead and put it out there in case you were wondering too, and you could kind of get a sneak peek inside. So hope that was helpful. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.